How's it going, everybody? Ed Ricker here. A company called Little Arms Studios, which I love the logo and name, by the way, actually offered to have me review their new drone simulator, the Zephyr drone simulator. This simulator is basically geared toward both the individual who wants to improve skills in drone flying and also to universities, law enforcement agencies, and any other organization or company who wants to train their drone operators in a safe environment like this. They have a learning management system that's actually incorporated into their Zephyr Sim website, and it has classroom and assignment management, as well as student progress reports and a lot of other really cool features. So they make it really easy both to track your individual progress about how you learn to fly a drone and your proficiency, and it also allows drone instructors to track their students' progress. Now, this particular simulator has a lot of approved and compatible controllers that can be used. Today I'm using the FlySky FST6. It connects this cable to a little adapter that goes to USB, just like this. You plug it into your computer, you turn it on. The Zephyr Simulator website has a list of approved and compatible controllers that actually include Xbox controllers as well. So first up, I am going to go into options real quick and just make sure that my controller input is set. There it is. Drone selection is the cool part. So we have Phantom 3, Inspire 1, 3DR Solo, SEMA X5C. We have a couple new ones here too, the X-Star, Parrot Bebop 2, and the DJI Mavic. I'm going to do the Inspire just because I've never flown one before and I'm excited to try that out. So I'm going to go back to Scenario Select, and here's where we have all of our cool stuff. We have a tutorial, which is just going to kind of get us started, as well as basic training maneuvers and some actual locations that are fun to fly in, as well as an obstacle course. Tutorial. Hit play. So here's where we can really see how this program is going to operate. We're in this, looks like a tennis court or something, and let's start by powering on your drone. So it's asking us to press the sticks into the position shown below and hold them there for 2 seconds. So there we go. Let go of the sticks, and now we can raise up with our left stick, and we're into a hover. We reach up to the purple box, and we've passed that step. Now press down on the left stick to decrease the throttle. And then it goes through different tutorials about how to control your yaw and also your pitch, which is going like this. So we're going to go all the way to the box, and we're going to go back to this box. So it's basically just showing you all the maneuvers that you would have to encounter as you fly a drone in real life. So I'm going to exit the tutorial and go into an actual scenario that's a little more fun. Basic training has some interesting modules. Throttle control, landing, forward flight, hover, and horizontal flight. I'm going to go to horizontal flight 1, start module. So we're going to start our drone, then raise it up, and now we're hovering, and we have to follow the green circle and stay within the green circle as it goes around, which is easier said than done, especially flying in third person like this. We can go to first person view, but I'm going to try and do this in third person. There we go. I find that the slower you go, the much easier it is to control. Whoa. So I probably am going to get a pretty low grade on this one just because of how I'm bobbing around. It'll give you a grade, and it tells you about all that you've done, your average speed, altitude, your max altitude and speed. Gives you a rating, which I have a B-, no surprise there. Also gives you some penalties if you crash or you reset or you have close calls. And on top of that, it also gives you violation notifications. So if you go higher than 400 feet, you lose line of sight, no fly violation or wrong direction, you do get penalties, and that will affect your score. I'm going to go to the next one, see what's in store. I think this is a little more difficult horizontal flight maneuver. So let's start the drone, raise it up. There we go. So now the drone is actually pointed nose in. Everything is reversed. Left is right, right is left. So that's the difficult part here. But like I say, it's great training, and this is something that you might not, want to try in real life if you're not used to flying a drone. But now, because we're in a simulator, you can do so without having to risk equipment or injury or whatever else. Oh, that was an A+. That's awesome. Wow, that surprised me. So it's really fun to try all this stuff, and it's really good practice. It takes a little bit of getting used to when you're flying a drone in a computer like this, because the drone is very small, and you're basically relying on your shadow to realize where the drone is in space. If you're using a controller that has some sort of shoulder or trigger buttons, or some sort of mappable wheel, perhaps you can map that to make your camera go up and down. Right now I'm kind of limited to using my camera with my home and end buttons here on my keyboard. There are ways to map the camera panning up and down on a controller like this, but it's a lengthy process and I didn't really want to deal with it. So this program will also tell you if you're committing any FAA violations. Now, of course, FAA is something that United States flyers have to worry about. Other countries have different regulations and different rules. So right now, this program only deals with the United States regulations. So this little icon here represents you. That's where you are standing in space. So if I'm flying the drone and I'm way out here and I go behind this house, I will get a line of sight violation. And so that will actually count against my score. Also, if I go up higher than 400 feet, which is the max that the FAA allows us drone flyers in the United States to go, there it is, violation, altitude. So let's turn on, in the options, let's turn on activate weather. Now we're going to go into a scenario. Let's go into parking lot. So we turned on wind, and now you can see we really have a very windy day. So that's affecting our flying now, and we can, as we fly, we realize that our drone's being pushed around a little more than usual. And this particular scenario wants us to zigzag around these pillars and these shop fronts. So that's going to be hard to do with wind. We have to get in the boxes to count. Oh! And for all of these, you can either fly in third person or first person. And the good thing is that, whatever you do, you can still see both views, but one is full screen and the other is, back in the corner on the right. Can you crash into yourself? That's what I want to know. Oh! I'm going to go to scenario select, and I'm going to go to the obstacle course. This is one of the more fun challenges here. Start module, I'm going to go to the timed race. You can also do free flight, but a lot of these modules have a free flight and a timed or challenge component to it. So we'll start our props. This is first person. Rise up, and here we go. Woo! Oh man. Oh! So yes, you can crash. There we go. A+. Did it under a minute. So Zephyr's physics are actually modeled after real drones. So when you go from simulator to drone, that transition is actually very easy because when you fly here in the simulator, it feels like flying a real drone. So if you go into your login, you see that this is my profile here. But here's the interesting part. Go to reports, and you can see all the modules that you've done. These are all the modules that I've completed. And so it gives you a percent score, a date of completion. And so if you have an instructor who's following your progress or giving you assignments in this panel, he or she can then see your reports and either grade you appropriately or give you new assignments to do after the fact. You can also see your violations. So like today, when we lost line of sight, you can actually see that there's one violation right there. So honestly, I really like the Zephyr drone simulator. A couple things to keep in mind. First of all, like I said in the beginning, you do need a controller to be able to operate the drones correctly. I use a PC which has many front and rear USB ports, and the front ones, I guess, don't work with controllers like this. And it took a Skype session with Little Arms to actually help me figure out that, yeah, I was just using the wrong USB port. I do see a lot of the props in the first-person view of the drones when I'm flying them in the simulator. In real life, you don't see that much prop. So it was a little weird to see that much in the simulator. Also, really important to know, as laws and regulations are created and updated, Zephyr actually stays up to date. So if some new FAA regulation pops up, Zephyr updates their software. So thank you to Little Arms Studios for setting me up with this Zephyr simulator for drones. I really like the idea, the concept. Check the link in the video description. I have a custom referral link to the drone simulator. The first 500 professional licenses are discounted to $99. Thank you also to Polar Pro for connecting me with Little Arms. Together we've all had a great conversation the last couple days, and I do appreciate everyone's efforts to help me get started in this program. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and until next time, happy flying.